right, chat. So one of the things I want to talk to you guys about today over on this stream here is something that's been making waves on the internet as of late. Obviously, we know that Elon Musk bought Twitter, right? Elon Musk recently acquired Twitter. He kind of entertained the idea of buying Twitter, and then he kind of decided he didn't really want to do that anymore. And then he was forced to because of legal reasons. I gotta admit, I don't know all the details of that, but basically he was put into a position of, it's like, no, you put the financial stability of this company at risk by saying you wanted to buy it and then backing out, so now we're forcing you to buy it. So he was put into a position where he was forced to buy Twitter, and he has made many insane decisions since acquiring Twitter, like the launching of Twitter Blue, the removal of check marks, and changing the way check marks work, so you had to pay in order to have a check mark, pretty much defeating the purpose of getting verified on Twitter in the first place, right? There was the whole rate limiting thing that happened that they kind of backpedaled on and claimed that, oh, that was just to help us eliminate bots from the platform. I don't know if I really buy that, but either way, they kind of backpedaled from that thing. The more recent thing that they've done that has really frustrated me is they're starting to limit the number of DMs that free users of the platform can send. And I've had several situations where I wasn't really DMing all that much on Twitter, and I hit the limit. I couldn't DM anymore for the rest of the day because I hit the fucking limit. And it's just like, it's really annoying that something as simple as DMs, direct messages on a platform, are now being limited to paid users. Like, it really seems like, my theory here is that Elon is so pissed off that he was forced to buy Twitter that now he's kind of doing this weird thing where it's like, oh, I'm going to kill this platform that I was forced to buy when I didn't really want to buy it anymore. That's my theory. Obviously, that's not rooted in any fact or anything. It's just a speculation on my part, because why else would he do these insanely stupid things that seem to be killing Twitter? Having said that, I want to talk about the recent news that's been going on, which is that Elon decided in his infinite wisdom, there was a good idea to take a perfectly branded company, in this case, Twitter, right? A perfectly branded company, and he decided, hey, why not just throw all of that perfect branding that this platform has had for years and years and years, why not just throw that all into the garbage and start fresh and rebrand the platform from Twitter to simply X. He's calling the company X moving forward. He's already rebranded the parent company, X Corp, that owns Twitter, but now the platform itself is being rebranded as X. And apparently he has a history of an obsession with calling things X. We'll get into that a little bit later. But I want to show you guys this tweet here. It says, Elon Musk announces he is changing Twitter's logo to an X, and it will no longer be called Twitter. Let's take a look at the screenshot here. And soon we shall bid adieu to the Twitter brand and gradually all birds. If a good enough X logo is posted tonight, we'll make it go live worldwide. Like this, but X. Like, when I first saw this, I thought he was trolling. I thought he was trolling that, like, there's no way he's going to throw away very established and successful branding and change it to something else. Like, I thought, there's no way. Absolutely not. That would be an insanely stupid thing to do. Why would he do that? Right? But no, he was dead serious. Somebody on Twitter pointed this out, and I actually remember watching a documentary of PayPal and hearing about this part. In 2000, Elon Musk tried to rebrand PayPal as X.com, but was forced out of the board and replaced as CEO by Peter Thiel. Now he's doing the same to Twitter, but is surrounded by sycophants who can't tell him it's a bad idea. I think that's the biggest problem with Elon right now, is he really is surrounded by yes men. People will tell him that everything he says and everything he does is a good idea. Like that's literally what's happening here, is he's surrounded by people who are too afraid to tell his stupid billionaire ass, this is really dumb. Like, you are going to sink this company by doing all of this stupid shit. The whole getting rid of the verified checkmark and changing it to a paid feature, the whole limiting of DMs, all this dumb shit that you've done to this platform, all of these stupid fucking things, nobody is willing to just tell him, no, this is dumb. Don't do that. Don't do that. What do we got next? So he unveils the new logo. This is the new logo right here. It's just an X. It's just a very boring, bland, unoriginal X. Like, Elon, do you not understand that, like, the 90s was, what, over 2 decades ago? Like, calling a company X in the 90s would be cool and hip and trendy. We are not in the 90s anymore. Putting X in the name of something isn't cool and hip and trendy anymore. You're showing your age, Elon, right? Somebody, actually, I think it was the same person we talked about earlier. Twitter's new X logo wasn't made by an in-house designer. It's from an old podcast hosted by one of the cult that Elon took from his replies. The font is Monotype Special Alphabets 4. Who wants to bet Elon Musk didn't pay for the rights before slapping it all over the place? It's just a standard font. It's just a standard fucking font that you could download from a pretty common font site. There's nothing special about this logo at all. It's right there. There it is. There's the X. The X that he's using for this dumb shit. What is this? Correction to my previous reply. This person designed the thicker X logo below for our now discontinued official X pod. The thicker logo was inspired by a font he used online, bottom right. I created the video above using the font logo, added a glow and little lines in the logo to make it look imperfect. Anyway, do whatever you want with it. This is what he chose to be the logo. Just a standard fucking font. Unbelievable. You know, companies pay, like, marketing firms and graphic designers and stuff like that. We're talking buco bucks to design really professional looking logos for them. And what Elon did is, hey, anybody who can reply with a cool logo in my replies will use your logo. It'll be our official logo. And it's just a standard fucking font that you can download online. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. I actually started tweeting about this situation. Changing Twitter's name to X is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. Elon's hair plugs must have penetrated his skull and gave him brain damage. Oh shit! This is so stupid. This is insanely fucking stupid. I also posted this tweet right here. This is worse than when Netflix tried to rebrand as Quickster. How many of you guys remember that, chat? How many of you guys remember back in the day when Netflix decided, hey, we think it's a good idea to separate our DVD mailing business and our streaming business to two separate businesses, and we'll call the streaming business Quickster, right? It was Quickster was the streaming one. How many of you guys remember that when Netflix tried to rebrand as Quickster? That was so dumb that they made the announcement and mere days later, they're like, yeah, that was kind of stupid. We're not going to do that anymore because the people that run Netflix have some fucking brains. And they saw that, yeah, this is really dumb. But unlike Netflix, Elon is a fucking retard.
As many of you know, I am retarded.
So he is too stupid to see what a horrible fucking idea this is. This is worse than when Netflix tried to rebrand as Quickster. Only in that case, Netflix realized it was a dumb idea and didn't do it. In this case, Elon is a dumbass, surrounded by yes men, so he moved forward with it. He's literally slowly killing the platform. And I believe that. I really, truly believe that he's killing the platform. We are watching the downward spiral of Twitter. Twitter is the Titanic. It is a sinking fucking ship, and it is going down. It is taking on water very, very quickly. There's also this video here that I quote tweeted from Dexerto. Twitter is removing the bird logo from the HQ's decoration. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Very quickly, just like, oh, we're not Twitter anymore. Let's just remove everything. They got this like, let me full screen this so you can see it better. They have this really nice, beautiful bird logo on the wall in the Twitter HQ. They have these fancy lights that shine on it to kind of like, it's just a really nice version of the bird logo, right? Look at this. They took it down. Taking it down. Completely removing it. As part of this stupid fucking rebrand. Twitter is no more, chat. The platform is now X. And it's stupid. Did he just have standard everyday, like, did he just have regular Twitter employees remove the logo? He didn't even hire, like, you know, carpenters or whatever to do it? It's just like standard Twitter employees? One of the most recognizable logos in the history of, like, the tech industry, just gone now. And replaced with a stupid fucking X. There it goes. Bye, Twitter bird. Bye. It's gone. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Speaking of removing branding, so I'm sure you guys have seen. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. Twitter sign HQ. There is a sign outside of the Twitter HQ that it's the Twitter logo, and it's right outside the Twitter HQ. I'm going to see if I could find a picture of it. Here it is. Let me see. Open image in new tab. There we go. So Twitter has this sign outside of its HQ, right? This is the official, like, sign of Twitter, right? And it's been there for the longest time, right? This sign has pretty much been on the company's headquarters for the longest time. Of course, Elon's trying to fast-track the removal of these logos so quickly that he actually got in trouble with the city for not getting a permit to operate a crane to fucking remove the sign. Turns out Microsoft owns the international trademark. Oh, okay, so this is something unrelated. That's okay. This is fantastic. Elon even got stopped from taking the Twitter sign down today from their HQ in San Francisco. Apparently, he didn't file the proper permits to close the street to use the crane, so the logo is still fully up on one side. In some of the later stuff I'm going to show you guys, that crane is still there, still unable to operate, and the sign is half removed. Like, this is, chat, this is supposedly a really smart guy, a really smart entrepreneur. This is somebody who's so, you know, he's a fucking billionaire. You would think he'd have some brains in his head, but he didn't even think to get a permit to operate a fucking crane to remove the sign, the Twitter sign. What an idiot. What else do we got here? So, of course, people started memeing on the situation because Elon, one of the things that Elon's trying to do with Twitter moving forward, he's really trying to, like, push video on the platform, encouraging people to, you know, upload more video. They've extended it. So, like, if you're a Twitter Blue user, you can upload longer videos. You could even, if you're in part of their creator program, you can monetize your videos and stuff like that. They're trying to find ways to really push video on the platform. So what do we call Twitter videos now that it's not Twitter? Oh, are they called X videos? You know, like the fucking porn site, X videos? I don't think Elon thought this through very well. I really don't. And you know, chat, that a rebrand is going well. You know a rebrand is going well when you start seeing trends like this. Looks like the Twitter rebrand is going well. Welcome to X. Okay. That's a fairly decent trend, right? No big deal. Hashtag TwitterX. Again, not too bad. Hashtag RIP Twitter. People are very, very sad to see the Twitter as they know it go away. Then you start seeing the hashtag for competing platforms, like Blue Sky. Or how about this one? Mastodon. You know you done goofed when competing platforms are trending on your platform because you done fucked up. Which, by the way, chat, if you don't follow me on those other platforms, I'll go ahead and I'll have my Nightbot post the links in the chat. But if you're on Blue Sky, I know it's invite only, but if you happen to be on Blue Sky, give me a follow on Blue Sky. Blue Sky is a pretty decent platform. I actually really like Blue Sky, and I want to start using it more moving forward. So be sure to follow me on Blue Sky. And then Mastodon, I do have a Mastodon. Admittedly, I don't use it as much, but I'm still there. So if you want to follow me on Mastodon, be sure to follow me on Mastodon as well. But you know your rebrand is going well when your competitors are trending on your own platform. Your competitors are trending on your own platform. Oh, and then somebody mentioned Threads. I am also on Threads as well. You can follow me there if you want, but much like Mastodon, if I'm being honest, I'm not super active there. If I'm being completely honest. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not super active there, but still, it's an option if you want to follow me. Then people started talking about, okay, Twitter's gone, right? Like Twitter's now X. All right. You can even see, obviously, the X logo is on the platform now. Now that it's called X, what do we call tweets? Because, tweet was also obviously like a derivative of the name Twitter, right? So what do we call tweets now? What do we call retweets or quote tweets? I'm so confused. What do we call these things now? People started coming up with crazy ideas for what to call them. Like this account said, let's decide, Anons. What are we going to call it now? Are we still going to call it tweets? Are we going to call them zeets? Or another suggestion? Like, seriously, like this is all of this branding. Like, I don't think Elon thought this through. All of this branding is tied together. You have a platform called Twitter where you make tweets and you do retweets and quote tweets. And there's all this branding that's interconnected with each other, right? So when you eliminate the name Twitter, all of this branding falls apart. Like everything that has been established on this platform for years and years and years has just been ripped to shreds now. Like, he's such an idiot. He's such a fucking idiot. So Twitter Blue is now X Blue. Funny enough, if you look at that, let me pull up my actual Twitter account on this other tab. If you go to, where is it at? Somewhere they have the click where you can click and you can get verified. It still says, I'll just snip tool this. It still says Twitter Blue. Like if you're trying to sign up for X Blue or whatever, it still says Twitter Blue. So Twitter branding is still all over the site. Like this is the most half-ass rebranding I have ever seen in my life, Chad. The most half-ass attempt to rebrand the platform. It literally still says Twitter Blue. It literally still says Twitter Blue. In another funny circumstance that happened, they wanted to rebrand the official Twitter account as X, just at X, because it was at Twitter. They obviously want the official Twitter account on Twitter to be at X to reflect the new name. But somebody already had the at X handle. They decided to just take it from this person. After rebranding X, X took at X from its original Twitter owner and offered him merch. They're like, yo, we want that handle. Can we have it? And we'll just give you some merch in exchange for that. Let's actually take a look at this article a little bit. Gene X Huang, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, knew his days on Twitter as at X were numbered. Elon had been kind of tweeting about X previously, Huang said, so I kind of knew, I had an inkling that this was going to happen. Excuse me. I didn't really know when. Since 2007, Huang's username on the site was at X. But after Elon renamed the social media platform to X earlier this week, it was only a matter of time before the company commandeered the handle. The news came shortly after Huang had competed in a pinball tournament in Canada. Yo, we got a pinball fan. Let's fucking go, Chad. So when I landed and fired up my phone, I just got all these messages. And I was like, what is going on? Huang received an email from the company explaining that his account data would be preserved and he'd get a new handle. It offered Huang merchandise, a tour of its offices, and a meeting with company management as compensation. Hey, this at that you've literally had since 2007, we want it, and we'll give you merch and a tour of our offices in return. Wow. Typically if somebody wants something, like let's say somebody wants a domain name, for example. Let's say a company is starting a new company and they come up with a cool name. Let's say the company name is, I don't know, Zambo. I just came up with a random fucking name off the top of my head. I don't even know if that's an actual word. Let's say a company is called Zambo. All right. And for their company, they want the URL, they want the domain name Zambo.com, but somebody already owns Zambo.com. What typically happens in that case is that company will reach out to the person who owns the domain and say, hey, we're starting this company, Zambo. We want the Zambo.com domain name. We want to buy Zambo.com from you, right? And they will offer a substantial sum of money in order to acquire that domain. And companies have also been known to do the same thing for social media handles. If for some reason a company really wants a social media handle that's already taken, they'll make an attempt to reach out to the user and they'll offer them substantial sums of money to acquire that branding because branding is extremely valuable to a company, right? Twitter didn't do that. They're just like, yo, we want this handle. We're going to take this handle. And in exchange, you're going to get merch and a tour of our offices. Really, really lame compensation for taking a handle that somebody has had since 2007. Huang is among those who have been looking for Twitter alternatives. I've been checking it out. You know, other options like Threads and Mastodon and Blue Sky. He said, I can speak very highly for Blue Sky. I could speak very high. I've been really liking Blue Sky, and I'm actually making a good faith effort to use Blue Sky more often. My only complaint about Blue Sky so far, no DMs. There's no DM option, so I'd like to see DMs added at some point. That would be really nice. But either way, so they're looking for at alternatives. He said, I'm still on Twitter for now, but it's changed a lot, so we'll see how much longer I'm there. So they just took this guy's handle in exchange for merch and dumb shit like that. Gayfish in the chat says Twitter handles have sold for like $20,000 before. This is true. That's what I'm talking about. How like usually a company, if that branding is that valuable to them, they will offer people compensation, like substantial compensation to get that branding if they really, really, really want it. If they really, really want it. Another thing that Elon clearly didn't anticipate with this rebranding is this incident here. Indonesia blocks Elon Musk's X.com over pornography concerns. Because chat, when you're talking about the internet, okay, not even just the internet, but mostly the internet, when you're thinking about the internet and content on the internet, what is the letter X most often associated with? Pornography, chat. Like anytime you see X on the internet, it's usually associated with pornography. We made the joke about X videos earlier. There is literally a pornography website called X videos, okay? X is often associated with porn. So did Elon not think of this? Like, is he really that stupid that he didn't think of it? Somebody in the chat says the Coomer Nation's favorite site. True! Actually, if I'm being honest, I'm more of a Pornhub guy myself. Actually, if I'm being completely honest, if I'm consuming adult content, I don't really care the site as long as it's a legitimate site that can be trusted. I just happen to have the intro for Pornhub on my soundboard, so I thought I would use it for a gag. Anyway, Elon Musk's rebrand of Twitter to X faces yet another setback this week after it was blocked in Indonesia for violating local pornography and gambling laws. Musk informed X users in a tweet on Sunday that X.com will now redirect users to Twitter.com. But that's another thing. That's another thing, chat. If you look at all these tweets that I'm showing, the URL is still Twitter.com. They haven't even changed the official URL to X.com. If you type in X.com, it just redirects to Twitter.com. Like I said, this is the most half-ass rebranding I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, so it's redirecting to Twitter.com, but Indonesia's Ministry of Communication and Informatics said the domain had previously hosted content that runs against the country's laws forbidding gambling and porn sites. The ban will continue until the company shares additional information about how it will use X.com, meaning the roughly 24 million people who had used the platform will not have access for the foreseeable future. 24 million people from Indonesia who previously had access to Twitter now no longer have access to Twitter because of this rebrand.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Good job, Elon. Good job. What else do we got going on here? Oh, this chat. This one's funny. This one is really, really funny. Twitter added the X logo to its HQ. We can see here on this picture, they've erected a logo of an X onto the top of the building. The funniest thing about it, though, chat, if you look up really, really close, look at how janky this fucking logo is. We got some, like, cables hanging from it here and here. It's got these, like, weird beams that are supporting it up. The whole thing looks like it was built from an oversized erector set, chat. Oh, shit! It literally looks like an oversized erector set, right? Like, it looks like somebody went to Home Depot, found a bunch of fucking, like, steel beams, and just slapped them together to just make this, like, bootleg-ass logo, right? It gets funnier. The X sign on Twitter's HQ is being investigated after a complaint from building inspectors via San Francisco's Department of Building Inspection. He didn't learn from the whole crane incident where he didn't get a permit to close off the street and operate a crane. He didn't learn from that, Chad. They built this fucking logo without proper permits. This guy is fucking dumb.
As many of you know, I am retarded.
He's not very smart, chat. He's not a very smart man. Not a very smart man. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this video, chat. I quote tweeted this video with, I can't say what I would do if I had to live across the street from this thing, because it would likely violate the terms of service. Look at this, chat. Imagine you are forced to live across the street from this. Look at that shit. These are apartments buildings, chat. These are residential apartment buildings. People live here. And shining right into their fucking windows is this stupid fucking X logo. It's flashing. I hope nobody in that building has fucking epilepsy, because now they're having a goddamn seizure. Unbelievable. The building across the street, across the way, is rent controlled, with primarily elder. Oh my God, it's even worse. As if it's not okay. As if it was bad enough that he's flashing these bright fucking lights on an apartment building. They're elderly residents. Oh my God! Wow. That is ridiculous, Chad. Absolutely insane. Absolutely fucking insane. He's actually gloating about it on Twitter. Look at this. This is the official Elon Musk Twitter account. He's actually, look at all that light pollution you were putting out. And you're proud of, look at chat. The crane that he didn't get a permit for, it's still within the view of the fucking picture. This is a colossal clusterfuck, chat. A colossal fucking clusterfuck. And of course, the other thing that happened a couple days ago, people started noticing that their Twitter app on iPhone started changing to the X. It's got the X logo now. It's got an X for the display name. Actually, where's my phone? I got the same update on my phone. If you look at my phone, there's the X. That stupid fucking ugly X, chat. It's there. So they're starting to rebrand the apps now. Oh, look, somebody did the killed bird logo. True. Very, very true. This is the funny part. Oh my God, this was hilarious, chat. Let me bring up the actual tweet so you can see what we're looking at here. Twitter can't change its name to X in the Apple App Store. Apple's App Store requires app names to have at least 2 letters. But after downloading the app of the App Store, it can be displayed as X. So the display name for the app, let me show you that again in my apps. The display name for the app, I know you can't see it, but underneath the X logo is just a single X. So you can have it displayed as the display name X on, in the app tray or whatever. But you can't change the name of the app to X in the App Store because it doesn't have enough characters. You have to have at least 2 characters. Let me see if I can pull up Twitter in the App Store so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can pull it up in the App Store. Come on, Wi-Fi, load a little bit faster. Twitter. Let's search for Twitter. Searching for Twitter. It is still called, let me go full screen for this one, chat. It is still called Twitter in the App Store because you cannot have a single character, in this case an X, as an app name. Like, did Elon not look into this shit before this stupid fucking rebrand? It's still called Twitter in the App Store. Unbelievable. Some of the memes, okay, chat. Some of the memes that have come out in regards to this rebrand are absolutely chef's kiss, chat. Chef's kiss. Look at this shit. This is a pretty nice one, posted by my homegirl, Paige Christie. Boom. That's where it belongs, chat. That's where it belongs. Shout out to the homegirl Paige Christie. We love Paige Christie here in the Coomer Nation. We really do. And then this one. Oh, this one's probably my personal favorite, chat. This is probably my personal favorite meme out of all of them. Here we go. We got stick bugged, chat. We got stick bugged. In other news, in regards to stupid things that Twitter has done, we have this here. Shout out to Matt Binder. Elon Musk just confirmed that a prominent right-wing influencer on the platform was suspended for posting child exploitation pictures. Child exploitation pictures. Also, Musk confirmed that they just reinstated. So this person got banned from the platform for posting child exploitation pictures. This person right here. And then they unbanned that person. Why? Why? The reason for the suspension should be shown along with the ability to appeal quickly and easily. There are so many layers of software, blah, 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 that this is much harder than it should be. I'm told that this account was suspended for posting child exploitation pictures associated with criminal conviction of an Australian man in the Philippines. Only people on our CSE team have seen those pictures. For now, we will delete those posts and reinstate the account. He tweeted this and thought that this was a good thing to tweet. What? And in another really funny fuck up on the platform, breaking: Ye at Kanye West has been reinstated on X. You know the guy who went on Alex Jones and talked about how much he loved Hitler and the Nazis? Yeah, that guy got unbanned, and less than 2 hours later, breaking: Ye at Kanye West has been re-suspended from X. Oh God. What is going on over at Twitter, chat? Like, what is going on at Twitter? I don't understand it. So I think it's safe to say that Elon Musk is a madman. He's an insanely stupid person, and he is running one of the most established social media platforms on the fucking planet into the fucking ground. And I don't know why he's doing that. I genuinely, like I said, I presented my theory at the beginning that maybe he's pissed that he was forced to buy the company. And as a result of that, he's trying to tear it down because he was forced to buy it when he didn't want it anymore. Maybe that's the case. I'm not really sure. But for whatever reason, he is taking a very well-established, somewhat well-respected, and like the biggest social media platform on the planet, and he is destroying it. He is running it into the fucking ground, and it boggles my mind. And these aren't even the biggest problems on the platform. Ever since he took over, legitimate forms of hate speech and bigotry have been on the rise on the platform. We've seen, bigotry against so many marginalized groups, right? Black people, Asian people, all these different, racial groups, trans people, gay people, etc. Like, bigotry and hate speech on the platform is on the fucking rise ever since he took over. There are so many issues with this platform now as a result of Elon Musk taking over that people are just fleeing in droves, looking for other alternatives to use, like Threads, like Blue Sky, like Mastodon, and so many others. Like, Twitter is a fucking mess. Twitter is a fucking mess. And it's just insane to see such a previously well-respected platform get run into the ground by a literal billionaire fucking madman. Unfucking believable, chat.